Like many successful multimedia franchises, Yu-Gi-Oh! Began life as a Shonen Jump magazine manga series, followed by the obligatory animated TV show. But what would an anime about a game be without an actual video game or two? 100. It's time to talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! Greetings all, my name is Kontrol. I'm a veteran gamer with a knack for drawing. You're watching the latest in a series of gaming pinup videos. So, if you enjoy the show, think about hitting the like button on your way out and subscribe for more. Thinking about this video, it occurred to me that much like American football, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is kind of tricky concept to explain to someone that's never heard about it. Fortunately for me, it's a pretty safe bet that everyone knows what Yu-Gi-Oh! Is at this point. You know Yu-Gi-Oh! right, Mel?
Oh, yeah.
See? So
It's that cartoon show about a kid that uses shampoo made from a combination of melted crayons and cement.
Okay, so maybe people don't know what Yu-Gi-Oh! Is beyond the main character's goofy appearance. But the story of Yu-Gi-Oh! Actually has nothing to do with experimental hair product.
Was he bitten by a radioactive stylist?
Enough! Look, let's get the basics out of the way for people who actually changed the channel after Pokemon went off. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is the story of a little squirt named Yugi.
Oh.
One day, Yugi solves the ancient Millennium Puzzle, which causes his body to be possessed by the spirit of a pharaoh from the past. From that moment onwards, whenever Yugi is threatened by darkness, the total badass version of him surfaces to thwart the menace of the weak.
With Kung Fu, right?
He beats them in a game of cards.
Oh. I can't believe anyone changed the channel after Pokemon.
There are other entertaining ways to introduce drama and high stakes without physical violence, Mello.
Oh, like romance. I get it. The show is all about Yugi and his crush on the popular girl.
It is not.
When will he notice his adorable friend Aisha has loved him unconditionally the whole time?
He'll end up with Aisha eventually. Or he would, if such a character existed. How did we get here?
Wait, so this spirit that possesses Yugi, he's really good at games?
Yeah.
Why does that sound familiar? Like a recurring bit on this channel?
What is this I'm hearing? An ancient pharaoh shows up to combat darkness with his scary gaming ability. Now this I gotta see.
Dark Control!
Hey, Mello. As long as you're here,
I'm always here.
pour me a whiskey, will you? Jameson, on the rocks.
Would you like a cola chaser with that?
Surprise me. Now it's well known on this channel that I'm pretty damn good at the games. And by pretty good, I mean the best that's ever lived. Which is right up there. Think of me like this. You know Zeno from Dragon Ball? The Omni King? A being of such insane cosmic power, he can destroy an entire universe with a wave of his hand. Imagine him, getting slapped upside the head by me. If Light Yagami wrote my name down in the Death Note, the book would have a heart attack and die. Getting the picture?
Excuse me, but Control said we should be trying to make the jokes a little less obscure. I'm pretty sure the Death Note reference flew right over normal people's head. And Zeno.
Look, I already used Galactus and Thanos in my last appearances. It's either anime references or old Star Trek now. And I'm pretty sure I'm the last man on Earth who remembers the Organian Peace Treaty.
Understood.
Now, regular Control, or Control Series S as I call them, doesn't typically summon me until there's a gaming emergency, like some asshole using an aimbot hack in Trials of Osiris deathmatch. But if some kid with zigzag hair calls in a hotshot ancient pharaoh to throw his gaming for him, I'd have no choice but to pull rank and swear myself in, you know.
Okay, but it sounds like this pharaoh only plays one game. He's probably unbeatable, what with being on the box cover and all.
Wouldn't be the first punk who thought he was unbeatable, until the day I showed up and served them a reality cheeseburger with a side order of crippling despair. They'll have to change the name of the show to Yu-Gi-Oh! The Humanity.
Okay, was this bit just an elaborate setup for that line?
Hey, if you want to take over writing the scripts, be my guest. Now, if you'll excuse me, it sounds like the local law enforcement is once again demanding my full attention. Don't bother seeing me out. I know where the back door is.
Don't be a stranger now.
Ooh, wait, whoa, that was weird. Did I hear him suggest people don't know about the Organian Peace Treaty?
I refuse to believe that to be true.
Now, the most amazing thing about the Yu-Gi-Oh! Manga and anime is the real-world trading card game it inspired. A card game which is, believe it or not, the best-selling of all time. Ironically, far more popular in America and Europe than in Japan. I'd love to explain here how the duels actually work, but Sadly, my brain no longer has the capacity to grasp the intricacies of a real card game. When card minigames show up in RPGs like The Witcher, my mind just can't wrap my head around the rules. Yes, some actual effort on my part might help, but I'm hopelessly distracted by this one simple fact. I want to play a video game. Thus the big old controller in my hand.
Wait, didn't you tell me you played that cards minigame in Final Fantasy VIII back in the day?
Only because I was very young and foolishly determined to love everything about that game. Or anything about that game. I guess the music was good, but that doesn't really...
Have you even played any of the Yu-Gi-Oh video games then?
Of course No. Unless you count Jump Force.
I do not.
Okay, this very much resembles the situation I was in when we made our award-winning Pokemon videos.
Wait, those won awards?
No.
I walk right into that every time.
I never played Pokemon either, but am very familiar with the product from having watched the kids' cartoon shows. Same thing here today. The Yu-Gi-Oh dubbed anime was great, and even though I'd never played the card game, I have it on good authority that 2015's Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist would be a really solid option for learning it. It's available for both the consoles and PC, and is allegedly the video game that most closely follows the actual rules of the trading card version. That would interest me more than a story-driven Yu-Gi-Oh game, since the plot aspects are already expertly handled in the animation. The show's great appeal was actually serving up highly entertaining twists and turns in card battles, where the ultimate outcome was pretty much a given.
Good always triumphs over evil. Just like in real life.
He's still in kindergarten, people. The show also had a striking resemblance to Pokemon in the huge variety of creatures that would appear. Our hero Yugi's trump card in the early episodes is the Dark Magician, one of the few cards that bordered on being an actual character in the show lineup, complete with semi-tragic backstory. Dark Magician showed up enough times to actually qualify for the Batman-Superman treatment, i.e., they created a female version of him. A character who is, in my opinion, a terrific example of late 90s manga hero design. Unfortunately, far less imagination was employed when coming up with her name, so she is simply called Dark Magician Girl. Dark Magician Girl is a very powerful card when used in conjunction with the Dark Magician himself, but her primary function is to look cute. Obvious anime waifu material before anyone was even using the term. Her costume is sort of a streamlined variation of Dark Magician with a blue and pink color scheme, framed by a giant head of blonde hair. A very nice combination that a less lazy artist would have certainly included in his YouTube video. Hey Mello, whatever happened to that less lazy artist I ordered on Amazon a few weeks back?
Don't you remember? You decided you wanted that reclining lounge chair more.
That's a shame. Well, I hope this black and white pencil art will do for now, and you'll reward the effort with a click of the like button. Customers who click the like button also hit the subscribe to round out their purchase. If you're just here browsing, that's more than enough for me. Especially since you've, made it to the end and made my day in the process. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments what you'd like to see next on the channel, and if you're a fan of Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm told there's a lot of us still out there.